What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to Stop Making Stupid Decisions with Your Money. And this is part 2. I am Donald Morgan. I'm a messenger. I'm just a messenger. And I pray you get the message. So, if you haven't seen Stop Making Stupid Decisions with Your Money part 1, I suggest that you stop this video and go watch part 1. And make sure you come back to watch part 2. If you found this channel and this type of content is not for you, thank you for stopping by. But if you are in the right place and you feel like you are in the right place, please like and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you very much. Like this video for part 2 and make sure you like and subscribe on part 1. Well, subscribe now if you can, but make sure you like part 1. Okay. So I want to let y'all know I appreciate y'all for being here if you're still here. I'm not going to take up too much time. Let's get straight to this work. Now, has anybody ever heard of formula for success and prosperity? Formula for good success and prosperity. Right? And I made this up. This is what I believe in. This is what I pretty much use to go far in life, actually. Literally. So, forget the top. It's supposed to say good success and true prosperity, right? And there's a reason why I put that, and I'll explain further as we go. Let's go over the actual formula. Focus plus proper planning plus knowledge plus applied knowledge, parentheses, that's taking action, plus good character plus discipline plus patience plus persistence. Notice I got these in parentheses as well. And I got faith on the outside times faith. And that equals good success plus true prosperity. Like I said before, forget the top. Typo. Let me see. So, and you can look at the symbolic form. F plus PP plus K plus AK plus GC plus D plus PA plus PE times FA equals GS plus TP. So you can see the legend at the bottom. I already said that. So I use this formula pretty much to show y'all how I pretty much got to where I'm at with my success and my prosperity in life. I'm at peace. I'm happy, building wealth for myself and my future generations that coming behind me. I want to do like the Bible says, a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. Also, I come from a very humble background. So even though I don't come from money, that doesn't mean I can't build wealth in my lifetime, right? I can make excuses, and talk about the disadvantages I had and all of these different scenarios I could come up with, but truth be told, that doesn't get you anywhere by complaining and doing nothing and crying and feeling sorry for yourself. I don't believe in doing that, and I refuse to live my life that way. Now, let's break down these definitions, right? If you need to, you can screenshot this and then, keep it for yourself. And either way, I'm finna read the definitions. So, number one, focus means a center of attention, a point of light, convergence, or a clear vision. It can act as a noun or a verb across everyday scientific and technical contexts. Focus, man, just layman's terms, means to give something your undivided attention. Like your attention is all in on that one thing. You gotta stay focused because we live in a world where there's so many distractions. Don't get distracted. Number two, proper planning. Notice I didn't say planning. You can plan to fail. You can poorly plan. I said proper planning. Proper planning is the careful process of setting clear goals, organizing necessary resources, and deciding in advance what actions to take to reach an objective successfully. It bridges the gap between where you are now and where you want to be in the future. Yes, when you're planning for something at that current moment, but it's going to be sometime in the future you are trying to achieve that objective or goal. The future could be a second from now, a minute from now, an hour from now, hours from now, a day from now, pretty much the future is any time that's not at the current moment. But let's be realistic. You probably can say you got daily goals. You got, when we talking about long term here, short term could be something you can finish in like 4 hours or whatever, or a few hours. But talk about long term, maybe something like that's in a week situation, months away, years away. But yeah, in the future could be pretty much 1 second to whatever time further. But it's up to you. That's how you want to, however you want to set your goals. Just got to make sure when you write them down, you're going to put the work behind them. Because if you don't do that, then you pretty much just write down on a piece of paper or in a smart device words that don't mean anything. Just words. Put some action behind it. Okay. Knowledge. Knowledge is the awareness, and this is number 3. Knowledge is the awareness, understanding, or information gained through learning, study, or experience. It represents what a person or a society knows about a specific subject. Now, if you watch episode 1, you know exactly where I'm about to go with this word, knowledge. Right? Right. Proverbs 1:7. This is the King James Version. Right? The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. All right. Sometimes people think or pretty much overthink things. All right. It could all be so simple. Like I said, faith is a part of this, success formula. And in order to have true knowledge, one must know God, right? The Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the Creator. Nothing I have right now is because of me. All the successes and all the blessings I have are because of God. Me being a minister is an honor and a privilege. It's the most selfless jobs, my calling, but it's one of the most selfless things you can ever do in life. Being a vessel of the Lord. And I love it. I love it. So when you got true wisdom, you understand that everything operates because of God, and nothing that you have or achieve was just because you had the willpower to have it. Not even the earth or the universe would exist without God. So, and I'm not one of those dudes who are here with the Big Bang Theory. I believe God created everything. So it's like when you're a human, and I got to get real deep on this subject, this definition, and this specific topic. When you believe in God, there is no limits. So acquiring true faith, you got to understand you are praised and worshiping someone who has no limits. Like, nor time, nor anything is impossible when God is in your life. Right? I believe that. God is proven to be a very, very powerful God in my life. So there's things I've accomplished, like there's no way I could have did that alone. And I can be talking here all day. I could be talking here all day about the things that I've been able to achieve because of God. Right? So it's a very important factor in here. That's true wisdom. And you can break this verse down and then knowledge down, right? A lot of people don't like to be educated. A lot of people don't like to learn true wisdom. A lot of people don't like to be corrected because they feel like it makes them inferior. It makes them less than, or they just hate the fact that you might not agree with their philosophy. Like, people are willing to die on the hill even when they are obviously wrong. That's pride and ego. That's another story. So, people rather be a fool. They rather believe a lie than believe the truth. And they want a problem to be solved, but they don't want the solution. They hate instructions. That's a horrible student, which would make for an even worse teacher. Going kind of deep on y'all right now, huh? Well, just as the verse says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, And pretty much if you ain't in that mindset and you ain't got that instilled in your heart, then you gonna have to learn how to get to phase 1 first. Because, without that, everything else is pretty much obsolete. Yeah, you can do things outside of God's covering, but you gotta sustain those things you're trying to achieve without God as well. Might want to rewind that back and play that a couple times so it can resonate with you. Matthew 10:34, that's a powerful verse in itself, and I'm gonna just speak on it briefly because I literally can talk on these 2 verses for like a whole year straight. I'm not joking. Matthew 10:34, King James Version. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace but a sword. Excuse me. The Lord speaks about bringing a sword, which I'm going to just summarize it and say the word of God, the truth, how to reach salvation, who He is, and what's your instructions to reach the peace you are looking for, that's on earth and in heaven. But you will not get the type of peace you will get in heaven on earth. So I'm gonna leave that there. That's another topic for another day. And my punchline to that: stop looking for heaven on earth. That's not where heaven is. You can create a peace within your life and following the blueprint of the Lord, but the world is full of different things that doesn't represent what God represents, so can never be true peace on earth with the amount of wickedness that we have. But that's okay. You have control of your life, though. If you following God, you have free will. You have free will to do the right thing. You don't got to be like everybody else. You don't got to be a fool. Understanding that fearing the Lord doesn't mean just really being afraid of God, but you should fear because He's the creator of everything. It means that you show a sense of respect. You honor the Lord, you worship the Lord, and you understand that He loves you more than anybody. I promise you, God thinks about you more than anybody in the world. There is not one person on earth that thinks about you more than God. And that'll be for another video. See, it's crazy. I could talk about one Bible verse and talk about another one, and it just lead to a whole another thing. So, Number 5, good character, which does tie into number 4. But number 5, good character. Good character means having strong moral traits like honesty, kindness, and responsibility. It is the inner set of value that guides. If you are a Christian, this should already be instilled in you. This should already be one of the main mottos for your life. You know, you should not be a liar. You should be honest. You should not be mean. You should be kind. And you should show some sense of responsibility. You know, you gotta have strong morality, moral traits. You do. You definitely do. You know, your core values, you know, and I'm speaking on Christians here. Your core values need to match Jesus Christ. Point blank, period. Gotta match the word of God. Then you gotta keep in mind that this is a daily thing, not a every now and then thing. Not a thing you do in public then act different in private. You gotta act the same way in public as you do in private. You know, your core values gotta stay on, and it gotta be a part of your life for real. You gotta have a clean heart for real. You know, so that's what it means for being a disciple of Christ. That's what it means for being a believer of God, that you're actually following the commandments. You're actually cleaning out your heart with, you know, with wicked and sinful ways, and you're practicing what you're learning and what you have learned, you know, over time. You know, the Bible's free to Google. You can always get one from somebody. I promise you. I mean, you can even reach out to me. I'll get you one. But gotta match the Lord for sure. You're not matching God. You know, you're not really. Your heart is not in the right place. But as a man or woman, you should definitely be honest, kind, and have some sense of responsibility. You know, you need to treat people how you want to be treated. And you gotta, you know, set a standard for yourself, because the standards you set for yourself will be the standard that your family follows. You know, or it could be a great influence on other family members, at least. Number 6, discipline. Discipline means training that develops self-control, obedience to rules, or a controlled field. Right? Think about it. All success is created through discipline. Motivation is not always going to be there for you every day. Motivation is just not going to be there for you every day. It's just not realistic. And I just want to let y'all know that. Excuse me. When you have discipline and you keep discipline in mind, discipline will be there even when motivation is not. Because you are sticking to the plan and you're doing it regardless of what happens. You know, oh, something happened where, I don't know, right? Anything of a convenience can happen to where it makes you not want to follow your your set schedule. Meaning, if I was say I was the president, I can't just stop being the president one day because I feel like I don't want to be the president that day. I want to continue to be in office, but I don't want to do president work at all for the rest of the year. Nah, it's not how that works. Or I'm a pastor and I don't feel like preaching. I still want to keep my license and stuff active, and I still want to be the leader of my church, but I don't want to preach. No sir, that's not how that works. Everybody gets overwhelmed or a little tired in days and whatever field they're in, even when setting personal goals, or trying to reach certain goals. It can be tiresome, but that doesn't mean you quit or you stop because you had a inconvenience or you got frustrated or whatever the case may be. And the only reason you should really just take a step back is because you have no choice, something with your health or something where it's in a crucial situation. We're talking about people that just want to be lazy or they just want to be undisciplined. That's more so what we're talking about here. So yeah, gotta stay with discipline. You keep in mind of the planning and your focus. You put all your knowledge together. You apply all your knowledge to, help you remain disciplined. That shows a great character in a man or a woman. Doing the thing that you don't feel like doing, but because you want the results, you do it anyway. That's discipline. Now, here's one a lot of people don't follow. And I've been a victim of this one too. Number 7, patience. Patience is the capacity to accept or tolerate delays, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. It is an uncountable noun that describes staying calm, steady under stress. Me being a CEO, me being a big brother, a uncle, a mentor, coach, I have a lot of leadership roles. Me having my own life too, having personal things I have to deal with too. I have, are certain goals that I'm praying about I haven't achieved yet, or certain things that's going on with somebody else in my life, whether it be like health wise or I'm praying for somebody to, to overcome something, or I'm praying to God for something. I gotta have patience. Even when working on your goals, you gotta have patience. Patience, especially being an investor. Any investors, you understand the key to patience is everything. When you understand patience and you're a patient, not meaning you just being lazy, but you're working while you're waiting, for something to be accomplished or achieved, or something to be, something for you to overcome. You gotta stay poised, man. You gotta stay, steady under stress. That is underrated skill set, and you should not take it lightly. Patience is one of those things that definitely paid off for me in so many things in my life. I'm patiently waiting on a bunch of things right now. Still praying for certain things right now. I'm praying for things right now money can't buy. How about that? Now, moving on to number 8, persistence. It's like one of my favorite superpowers. Persistence means continuing to do something hard, refusing to give up, and lasting a long time. It is when you keep trying even if things are tough. One of my greatest, I like to say superpowers because I feel like it is. One of my greatest superpower I have is my persistence. I got a never say die attitude, especially with me, being where I'm from. I don't believe in giving up, especially if something I believe in wholeheartedly, that I can do something and that something is for me. People who lack persistence, who don't have persistence, they normally excuse me again. They normally don't achieve much in life at all, right? Soon as the first obstacle come in their way, they're already ready to give up. There's an old saying that says, those who succeed have tried more than those who accepted failure. Like if you're a quitter, like you're never going to know if you could have did something if you don't push through adversity. Persistence is one of those things. It has to be in you, It just really has to. You really gotta find that willpower and that drive to be able to keep going. I mean, for one, my faith is one of the things that keep me going. And every single time I have been persistent at achieving something, I have got it. Something that I really believed in, that God had for me, I got it. I didn't care how long it was going to take. I wasn't going to stop until I achieved the goal or I got what I was working for. And that's just how I am. I will push forward even when it feels like the world is against me, right? Anybody ever feel like that? I don't lay down for nothing, I don't sit there and just accept something not for me if I haven't even tried. Like, you gotta try, man. You gotta keep trying. You gotta try again. If you fail, you feel like you failed 1,000 times. Really, you only fail when you quit. Really, you didn't fail 1,000 times, really, because you didn't quit. Well, that's if you didn't quit. If you fail 1,000 times and you don't quit, you didn't fail. You just found 1,000 ways that didn't work. Perspective, man. That'll take you a long way. Trust me. I'm a living testimony to that, and many other people in the world. So if you're going to achieve anything great in life, you're going to achieve anything you're working on that seems far away. You know what that thing is. You know what your goals are. You're going to absolutely put your all into it if you truly believe in yourself. Hopefully you believe in yourself. You believe in your work ethic. I put God first, so I talk to God first before I try to do anything. And God can do everything. So I walk around life like I don't believe in failure. Failure is not an option for me. because anything that God says is for me, I am going to get it. I am going to achieve every obstacle, every goal. And then being in business, you got to be that way as well. You know, even when you're trying to get that new job, you have to be that way. What do you do when many other people want what you want? You gotta outwork people, man. You gotta think smart. You gotta outsmart people. You know, work while people are just being lazy. Speaking of work ethic and persistence, I want to show y'all something. Pay attention to this next clip. I'm pretty sure many of y'all already know who this is. And
well, I just hate losing. It's a tough loss. They played extremely well. We just have to get ready for the off season. Next season for us starts right now.
Can you assess exactly what went wrong? Was it too many injuries? Was it Shaq's foot at the beginning of the year? Can you begin to assess why you lost this series?
Nah, we have a million and one excuses that we could go to. Fact of the matter is, we're not going to make any. They played better than we did in this series. We had our opportunities to win it. They didn't go for us. So we just have to regroup. Like I said, next season starts right now, and come back next season ready to play.
How much harder will you work in this offseason now to get back to the championship?
I'll push myself to exhaustion.
Kobe, we thank you for your time.
to all you youngins out there that don't know who that was Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. I'm a little older, so I try to keep a lot of things in mind. Rest in peace to Kobe. He also is no longer with us. Him and his daughter Gigi and many other people passed away on a helicopter some time back. So I gotta say that if you put Kobe Bryant's face next to the word persistence in the dictionary, it'll go quite well with describing what that word means. And work ethic, So you got to understand that just because you got talents and gifts, it is very, very ignorant. And also, you will make a stupid decision thinking you don't need to have any type of persistence and work ethic, behind your gift and talent. Faith without works is dead. You have to steward your gift. You have to steward your talents. You gotta put effort and have discipline. Like I said, focus, proper planning. You gotta have patience, but patience with work behind it. Don't just be lazy. You gotta apply what you learn. You also gotta have a good character, because that will get you in the rooms that sometimes the money can't buy. I'm just being honest. So, in other words, this goes right into number 9. Faith without works is dead. Faith without works is dead. Number 9, faith means complete trust, a firm belief in something without needing proof, or a chosen system of religious belief. That's out the Merriam-Webster. But I'm going to give you the Bible version. The Bible definition of what faith really means. Why the word faith even exists. Faith means, in the Bible, in Hebrews 11, 1. It is defined as the assurance of things hoped for and the conviction of things not seen. I'm going to say it one more time. Hebrews 11:1, verse 1. At Hebrews 11, faith means the assurance of things hoped for and the conviction of things not seen. It is an active, confident trust in God and His promises rather than a mere wish or blind guess. We're not guessing when we have faith. We're not wishing when we have faith. We're praying to God. We're talking to God. We're having full trust and wholeheartedly believing that God can accomplish anything because He created everything. Man, almost at the end of the video. I've been so congested and under the weather, man. I've been trying to get through these videos, but like I said, no excuses. No excuses at all. We got to get it done. So in life, you can choose to have faith or live in fear. You know, I choose to have faith. I fear nothing but God. You know, you got to remember, you might not see faith. You know, that's an action though. That's an action. You know, and you might not see fear a lot of times. This is also an action. Because you choose to do both. Well, you choose to have both. However, fearing God is not the same as fearing anything else. Having faith in God is like nothing else on earth at all. I promise you that. But they both require you to believe. I'd rather choose faith. I choose faith because faith can amplify everything that you are reaching for in your life. Fear cannot. Faith can put you somewhere in life that work ethic, willpower can't alone, you know. So I tell people, stop trying to rush and get ahead of God. People that operate on their own understanding, or they lean onto their own understanding, they often think they behind and they gotta rush, but not knowing that God is not bound by time because God created time. Right? So by yourself, you can move fast but get not that far. But with your faith in God, God can speed up whatever you think is far from you or impossible. He can make it suddenly happen when you least expect it. You know, God moves at His own rhythm, but His rhythm is called perfect timing. So I'd rather trust God's timing, who knows everything, than my timing. I don't know everything. And that's why things work out for me in life now. And every other believer, you know. But we gonna have to go through trials and tribulations though. We gotta go through that. That's just to build endurance. To be able to learn to keep what God is trying to give you. Sometimes you don't have what God is trying to give you because it's not time, or you are not ready. AKA, you want more money, but you don't know how to steward the little bit of money you got. How are you going to say you want $1 million? How you want to say you want a 5 million? Man, maybe even 100,000, man. You don't know how to balance the money you got. You don't know how to take care of the money you got. How can God trust you with more? You can either be blessed by God or by the devil. and you would definitely tell the difference. Got me trying to preach on here. I'd rather be blessed by God. I don't want nothing from Satan. Absolutely nothing. Not even a breath mint. I'm laughing, but I'm dead serious. I don't want nothing at all from Satan. I ain't playing.
And you know this, man.
Now I'm going to wrap this video up. I got more videos on the way. I have a lot of content on the way. I want to say thank y'all for liking and subscribing. Those of you that did, thank you who all listened all the way up to this point. Once again, my apologies. Like I said, I'm under the weather. I started doing these videos not in the best of health, but like I said, no excuses, right? So with that being said, I am Donald Morgan. Thank you for watching Stop Making Stupid Decisions with Your Money Part 2. I am a messenger, and I pray you receive the message. Remember, the formula for good success and true prosperity. Don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. Share it with others. If you enjoyed it, leave a comment in the comment section. I am truly grateful. And don't forget, if you haven't, go watch Stop Making Stupid Decisions with Your Money Part 2. God bless you all, and I'm out. Until next time.